I'm still positioned for victory. Like, I'm still set up to win. I'm coming out on top. That's a mindset. Hey YouTube, welcome back to another episode. If you missed my introduction last time, I'm your host, Kyrie Rosby, and you're watching Position for Victory, where we journey together, we grow together, and we're gonna win together. So last episode, I gave you guys like a slight summary of my journey back to making videos and kind of why I chose to come back. If you haven't watched it yet and you would like to, I'm gonna link it in the description for you. So for this episode, I want to take a deep dive on, like, what does this name mean? Like, I want to let you know what it means and how you can apply it to your everyday life. So Position for Victory it's a mindset. It's a state of being. It's a lifestyle, but mainly it's a mindset. Like, wow, God, even after all the struggles and trials and problems that I face, I'm still positioned for victory. Like, I'm still set up to win. I'm coming out on top. That's a mindset. To further explain what I mean by that, I came up with 5 key principles to help you guys understand what it means to have that pefectly mindset. So principle number 1, knowing that you've already won. Like, when I tell you guys that it's key, if you don't get nothing else from this video, at least grasp this principle right here. Knowing that you've already won. Like, as a believer in Christ, I gotta walk into every situation, every circumstance, every season, knowing that I've already won, knowing that I'm going to be victorious, regardless if it's challenging or not. I'm coming out on top. I've already won. Like, this game called life is fixed. It's rigged for believers. It's written in the script. But even though the outcome is predetermined, we still got to go out there and perform our part, do our part. The referee can't go out there and play it for us. So I believe I've had that mindset since I was a child, y'all. Like, so I'm currently 28, and I grew up on like the back end of kids still playing outside. Like we had fun. We always played outside. And one of the things we used to do is we used to race. We used to race in the street. I was a fast kid. Like me and my family, like, we were some quick people. So I would get to the starting line, and literally in my mind, I already knew I won. Like, I already knew that it was a wrap. It's over. Like, don't have to put some money at the finish line. Oh yeah, that's me. It wasn't from a cocky, arrogant. Like, I know it sounds cocky and arrogant, but it wasn't from that place. It was more so from a confident, or rather confidence place. Like, I was so confident in my God-given ability. Like, I knew who I was. So I had that already won mindset before it even started. Have I lost a race before? Absolutely. Like, it's normal. We all have. But that still didn't stop me from knowing I was a winner. Like, I still had that mentality. So in life, you may feel like you've taken a step back. You may feel like you're failing. But no, you're going to come out on top. You're still a winner. Like, the race isn't over yet. You still won. So we got to remember, the work is already done. We've already won. We just got to go out there and perform and do our part. The second key principle to have this mindset is making winning plays. So just like in sports, when a player makes a winning play, it may not necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but it's crucial. It's important, and it changes the whole momentum of the game. Like, all it takes is that one play, and it can change the whole trajectory. Like, your team could be getting whooped, but a player makes that one play, all of a sudden everybody's locked in. Everybody's locked in and they're ready to play. Like, it creates a whole new ball game. So in life, a winning play is basically making a crucial decision with a future outcome in mind. Regardless of how your situation is looking, especially if it's not looking how you want it, you make that one decision and it sets you up to win. That can include investing for your future. That can include being disciplined with your diet, cutting off toxic relationships, stopping bad habits. Those are all winning plays. You may not see the impact of that decision initially, but you will in the future. Like I said, making a decision with future outcomes in mind. So make winning plays to help further position yourself for victory. All right, so principle number 3. Number 3 is called recognizing the momentum shifters. And what that means is we have to learn how to see the good in what looks like an unfortunate situation. Even if our situation is looking like turmoil, we've made our winning play, so now the shift is taking place and we have to learn how to seek it out. And once we see it, it really increases our faith. Like, wow, it's turning around. I see it happening. To further illustrate this point, I want to give you guys a visual to help explain the point I'm trying to make. So I want to take you guys back to 2017. I'm pretty sure we all remember this Super Bowl right here. The greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. I want to say a good 80%, and that's probably being nice, but I would just say 80% of America was rooting for the Falcons. Like, they had one job. You got the Patriots on the rope. It's 28-3. Ain't no way they coming back. 25 points in the Super Bowl. Ain't no way they coming back. Run that score up. Disrespect them. Run it up. Like, we was trying to see them lose. Like, we didn't want to see no Tom Brady and the Patriots host that Lombardi Trophy. Like, no. We need somebody new. The Falcons had one job, y'all. One job. So it's 28-3. The Patriots eventually score and get maybe a field goal. So now it's 20-12. It's the fourth quarter at this point. 8.5 minutes left. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, Falcons got the ball, burn some clock out, kick a field goal if you have to, but whatever you do, run that score up. Keep the ball out of Tom Brady's hands as well. That's important. So it's 20-12, 8.5 minutes left. This play happens right here.
Out of the shotgun, Ryan gets hit. Ball is out. This is a fumble. New England has it. Hightower knocked it out. And Branch recovers for the Patriots. It looked like Devontae Freeman should have picked him up. He doesn't block him, and Matt Ryan, because he's expecting Hightower to be blocked, he's looking the opposite way, and Hightower makes a big-time play right here and getting the ball loose on Matt Ryan.
When I tell y'all, when that play happened right there, I knew it. I'm like, there it is. The champ is coming. The champ is coming. That's all they needed. That one play changed the whole momentum of the rest of the game. The Falcons had no answer. The Patriots just kept scoring because all they needed was that one shot. That's all the champ needed. You gave him an inch, he took him out. And that's exactly what happened. Now, granted, when that play happened, I didn't think they were gonna win, but I knew that they were gonna come back. I knew that they would come back. I mean, it's 16 points, but that's still a pretty good deficit. But they needed that one shot. Principle number 4. Now, I know in the beginning I did emphasize the importance of principle number 1, but this one right here is probably equally as important. Like, they gotta be neck and neck. So number 4 is making sure your heart posture is in the right place. Very important. It's very imperative that you grasp this concept right here, because when you get to this next level, that heart's gotta be right. You go through a heart check before you get there. So make sure your heart posture is in the right place. And what I mean by that is, you gotta be humble. You gotta be humble, and yeah, you can be confident, but the humbleness and confidence, they go hand in hand. They're married. You can't have one without the other in this next level. And sometimes to get this mindset, you have to be humble. Like, we go through some very humbling situations before we get to that next level. Sometimes we have to go so low and end up in places we never thought we would be in. We may have to take a job role we never thought we'd have to take. We may have to just get broken into pieces, essentially, depending on how much construction needs to be done, because that's really what it is. That's really what that broken feeling is. There's some renovation and some construction going on in your heart, and it's all necessary for your growth. It is an unskippable ad. Like, if you're trying to watch a YouTube video, you can't skip this ad. You gotta go through it. You gotta go through it because it's all necessary. And you'll appreciate it in the end. Once you get to the top of the mountain, you're gonna remember that climb. You're gonna remember you're getting humbled so you could really appreciate where you came from. And just to look back and see how far you come and be like, God, like, you really carried me. Like, I needed all that. And in that process, you probably met so many cool people. You probably found a new business partner in that process. You probably found a spouse. You probably met some people that were very key for this next level, but not going into it, you didn't know you had to take that route. But then you could look back and say, like, wow, God, thank you. Thank you for taking me that route. Because if I didn't take that route, I would have never met this person. I would have never met that person. And on this next level, it's not about me, it's about we. It's about God helping you get there. And it's about the people that God placed in your life to get there. And also on this next level, this victory place isn't just about you. You're blessed to be a blessing. You have to have that mindset as well. So all that's going to happen in that renovation process, because when you get to the next level, you can't take old mindsets with you. You can't take old ways of thinking, old habits. Everything must become new. You got to be transformed. It's all in the word anyways. I'm not just talking just to talk. Number 4 is very important. Principle number 5 is called learning how to walk into it. Learning how to walk into victory. Now, I remember coming up in church and hearing that saying, you got to walk into it. You got to walk into it. You got to, like, I would hear that and be like, bro, like, what are you saying? Like, you're not saying nothing. Like, what does that even mean? 28 years later, I realized what they mean. Like I never understood until now. They meant exactly what they said. You have to walk into it. What they mean is you got to keep going. That's really all they're saying. You got to keep going. Like, regardless of the challenges you're facing, regardless of what's in front of you, keep going and you walk into victory. Okay, think about it this way. You're at a grocery store and it's time to go home, right? Your goal is to get to your car. You're focused on going to your car, and there's automatic doors at the entrance and exit, of course. If you're 100 feet away, that door isn't going to open. If you're 20 feet away, that door isn't going to open. If you walk the opposite way, that door isn't going to open. That door only opens when you put yourself in position to walk through it, right? So if you keep going, that door is going to automatically open for you as long as you keep going. So that's what they mean by you got to walk through it. You got to walk into it. Like, I really didn't understand that until now. Like, that's crazy. It took me this long to understand that principle. So guys, as long as you keep going, as long as you stay laser focused, you're going to walk right into what God has for you. As long as you're going in the right direction. That's the key. So let's keep going. So that pretty much wraps up the 5 key principles for this Position for Victory mindset. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Tell me what you learned in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. But yeah, let's go out, continue to be the champions that we are. You know, that's who we are. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.